A very good morning, South Africa. Baie goeiemôre, South Africa. Molweni Mzansi, to everybody joining us this morning on a stunning Wednesday. As I always say, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock South African time. No matter where we are, no matter where I am on earth, 9 o'clock Wednesday morning is our set date, where I can speak about matters concerning the week previous and the week after. I hope that everybody can hear me. My humble apology for the echo, but today is a very special day for the UIM. And thank you very much for always joining us. We are already on 250 people live, so a very good morning. Baie goeiemôre op hierdie sprankelende, kom ons sê wintersdag in die Kaap. 16de Junie, Jeugdag. So today, 16 June, is our Youth Day, and a very special day this morning for the UIM for so many reasons. Before I start, I'm just reminding you that at 9:30 this morning, myself and the coordinators of the UIM and Roscoe, Roshinda, very great woman, Roshinda Pasco. We are speaking to you from the community hall in Salt River, where we will be celebrating today Youth Day. And the guest speaker, who I am honored to be sharing a platform with today, is Dr. Ellen Busak. Now, although Ellen has had a hell of a life, he's had a big journey, ups and downs. We will never forget the role that Ellen Busak and Desmond Tutu within the Faith Conclave did for this country. And today it will be good to just again see Ellen Busak in action. Vandag deel ek die platform by hierdie 16 Junie Jeugdag, waar ons vandag na die jeug gaan kyk en met hulle gaan praat saam met Ellen Busak. Ellen wat deur op en af gegaan het deur sy hele lewe, maar sal nooit vergeet word vir wat hy gedoen het in die jare 70 en 80, saam met Desmond Tutu om op te staan vir vryheid vir baie wat dit nie gehad het nie. So dis 'n eer vir die UIM om vandag saam met hom as gasspreker by hierdie event te wees. Om 9:30 vanoggend op ENCA News, ETV, gaan ons regstreeks ook op televisie wees, so I hope that you'll be watching us there. Ek hoop dat u ons daar op ENCA News, daar by die kanale kan kyk. South Africa, as always, we wait until we're about 350 online. We are now 327, normally 5 minutes, we've got our 350 and then we can start. I just want to say to Judith Peterson, just a couple of you, good morning, Tarin, very good morning, Marie Krutyk, goeiemôre, Nicoline, it says there you have no sound. It's definitely not coming from me, my sound is on and it's working. Anita, baie dankie, groot dag vir ons onthulling van 'n paar surprises van die UIM ook vandag hierso, en ons gaan live wees hierso, so ons sien uit. Dan môre is die eerste keer wat ek kan loer. Goeiemôre Letty. Ons is nou 333, ons wag net vir 350 mense om ons te join. Marina, goeiemôre, Rina, baie goed om te ontmoet, Minnie. Cherise, what a blessing to have you, Claire. I hope that the youth are with us. Sure, morning everyone on our way to Soweto. They'll be joining us there from Soweto today. UIM Soweto, very clearly on the move. The youth, Vanessa, very good morning. Our people, our workers, our associates, it's good to have you. There we are, 355. Heidi, good morning from George, good morning. Martie Boerling van Kakamas. Hulle was oorspronklik Ellen Busak. Daar hy's by ons vandag. Ans, Karlien, Phyllis van der Merwe, Zacharias Bronkos, goeiemôre. Môre Neil klank is reg. Baie dankie Gert. Was geworried, maar nou weet ons. Teresa, that's right, 355. South Africa, officially good morning on the UIM celebrating its first official Youth Day. Dit is die UIM beweging se eerste amptelike jeugdag, Molweni, Mzansi, Apayu celebration, Nomhlanje, Apayu Youth Day, op 16 June. Daar's baie redes hoekom soveel van ons in Suid-Afrika, why so many in South Africa celebrate today. The main reason that in history we have this is because of the uprisings in 1975, and Youth Day, 16 June, reminds us of how people got up for change. But this is not the primary reason that the UIM and you, the supporters, are celebrating Youth Day today. I want to tell you why I am celebrating Youth Day today. The youth is the future of our country. The youth are the people that will be living in an era where we today, as the elder people, the more senior people, the adults, need to make decisions that will impact the youth. The problem we have is that we don't always consult the youth. We don't always understand where the youth want to go. You see, in our lives, the people that have now reached the ages of 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and blessings on 80 and 90, we are of the past. Our youth is in the past. We've had our youth, and the kind of youth we had in this country was a different kind of youth than the youth today. So my son, who is here today, one of my sons, is 16 years old. He's joined me on Youth Day today. And the question you must ask yourself today is, if my son is 16 today, in 3 years, when it's 2024 and we really have the big vote, he's allowed to vote. So what message are we giving today to the 16-year-olds? You see, mom, dad, ma, pa, luister. Jou 16-jarige seun of dogter kan oor 3 jaar stem. They say that in 3 years from now, a 4.5 million new voters are going to vote. And it is these kids, these youngsters, this youth that you should be speaking to. It's the younger generation. Now, funny enough, I was at a meeting with youth yesterday and they said to me, "Yeah, you're a president for the youth." I said, "Yes, I'm young. I might not feel always young, but I'm 52. And 52 to me is the midline in God's grace of your life. So I am a president candidate for the youth. I love the youth. I'm young at heart, I'm young at thought, I'm young at spirit, and if you can connect to your children, if you can connect to the youth, you can tell them at the end of the day, there's hope. You see, our youth today are being told that there's no hope in this country. And that is wrong. So today we are sitting in a hall, a town hall, where we are surrounded by the memories of people like Hector Peterson, Ashley Creel, Imam Harun, people that were around that in those days used to fight for freedom and were the youth. The thing I'm not going to do is perpetually live in the past. You see, the past is called exactly that. It's the past. The youth of today cannot be kept to live in the past. If we perpetually go back to apartheid, the bad days of racial segregation, where the youth could not be together, then we will not be able to live for the future. We, the people, that lived in the past. We, the people that suffered that segregation, cannot continue living in that past. Mense, ons kan nie meer in apartheid lewe nie. Dit is verby. En ons probleem is, ons die mense wil nie altyd aanbeweeg nie. Nie almal nie. So ons bring as die ouer garde ons geskiedenis terug. En ons in ons huis bring ons nou ons jeug op om in die verlede te lewe. It's actually wrong. Dit is verkeerd om aan mekaar voor jou kinders en hulle kinders te praat oor apartheid en om aan mekaar die geskiedenis van apartheid nou te belewe. South Africa, we are wrong. Because there must come a time that we move on. And the United Independent Movement, its youth alliance, which is currently ready to be launched today. This is the first day that we are unveiling our youth alliance leader, Jesse. So Jesse Bowers today is going to get up and do something by announcing what we will do for the youth and why. And our youth people will stand up and you will see a beautiful day. Because the youth have different dreams. The youth have a different future. Now let me say, if you, as a dad, as a mom, as a grandfather, as a granddad, as an older brother and an older sister can look at the youth, the people of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up till 25. If you can look at them and say to them, together we are going to build a future, because the motto of the UIM is together we will. The UIM will fight so that the youth of tomorrow has a dream again. This country was born on a dream of a democratic dispensation where we can't see the racial aspects of our dream. That is a nightmare. And the people that want to fight to keep us racially segregated, you are the enemy of the people. Die mense het gesien hierdie week wat in Witbank gebeur het. Die mense het gesien wat gebeur het by Brackenfell. Die mense het gesien wat met ons mense, al ons mense gebeur as ons kinders wil beskerm. Nou Suid-Afrika, hoor ons mooi. Hoor ons mooi. Ons gaan nie toelaat dat rasisme en blaatante rassiste ons as swart en wit Suid-Afrikaners van mekaar af weghou nie. Want op die einde van die dag is dit die mindere waar die meerdere wil kwaad maak. Dit is die mindere wat die blanke volk en die swart volk en die bruin en die indigenous volke van hierdie land uit mekaar uit wou om haat aan te blaas. En ons gaan dit nie toelaat nie. Jy sien die groepe in hierdie land, die mense wat staan vir kinders, vir 'n toekoms, vir 'n ekonomie. Met ander woorde, vir 'n Suid-Afrikaanse droom, gaan nie in 'n nagmerrie gedompel word deur 'n paar mense. Ons gaan dit nie toelaat as die UIM nie. The United Independent Movement will not stand and allow a few to take away the dreams of many. That a few will create a nightmare in this country for us, the dreamers of the future. We will not allow it. And we will work with associations and movements that stand for justice. We've declared it. I, as the president of the UIM, have said we will speak to anybody, and we are. We speak to the Boere Legioen on record. We speak to the VVA with Hein Marx, with Isak van Zyl, with people that reached out, and now even more people that have come to the table from both sides that said, black and white can unite. Look at us today speaking in a hall with an old freedom fighter of the UDF, Alan Boesak, that has agreed to share this platform with us. It is human. Dis menslikheid. So for many today will be a holiday. For many today, Youth Day will be spent around a fire with a braai. Today, Youth Day will be celebrated by family, but the real essence of Youth Day today, for the UIM being at this momentous occasion, is a celebration of the future of our youth. If every young person in this country gets up and takes hold of the future, takes hold of their own destiny, this country will be better. To the ANC, the EFF, the DA, and everybody else that's going out there to do a momentous celebration, I want to tell you, you should be embarrassed. Because it is under your watch, for the past 27 years, the ANC, the EFF, the DA, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that the UIM and its normal citizens had to get up and enter this thing called politics. Dit is vir my ongelooflik om te sien hoe ma's en pa's, ingenieurs, boere, bankiers en mense wat werk as onderwysers opstaan en die UIM nou by aansluit. Gister 226 nuwe lede en baie van hulle kom uit die huis van die DA, baie kom uit die huis van die Vryheidsfront, en toe word daar gesê, maar ons vat nou van die ander partye en ons maak dit moeilik. Ja, ons maak dit moeilik vir julle. Want wat het julle gedoen? The new non-racial, non-prejudice, an entity that stands for every single South African is the UIM. No matter if you are black, white, indigenous, Indian, isn't it beautiful that we have all of you moving to the UIM? And what is more important is there's now place for our new launch of the UIM Youth Alliance, where we will be opening branches as we go closer in the next 2 to 3 weeks to start branches when we launch the new UIM political party. To everybody, everyone, you online that donated to us to get closer to the 350 target, to register, to launch, to enter the IEC, and to finally get our branches done. Thank you very much, South Africa. In the last couple of days, we really had people pushing because of our cutoff for next week, Friday. We are still 130,000 short of the 350 mark, and I believe you will get us there. We need to get there because we need to launch our party so that we can be on the ballot, so that we can take our country back. Dig deep, please, South Africa. Praat met die mense oor see. Praat met jou bure. We need to raise that last 130K so that we can nationally launch the UIM party. Launching the party officially at the IEC will allow more media, will allow us more exposure, and will take the power to the youth, to our Women Alliance, to our party members and ward councillors we are going to work with in the next 6 weeks, every town and every city where we're going to stand. We need to get up now. We need to fight. Let us rejuvenate the youth today. Inspire your children to get involved. Moenie laat jou kinders dink dat politiek nie aan hulle behoort nie. Politiek behoort aan hulle. Verandering kom deur ons. En ons almal op hierdie oomblik wil kyk na die nuwe Suid-Afrika. Ek weet ons gaan onder verskriklike druk. Hierdie familievergaderingkies van Soekie Cyril lewer niks aan ons behalwe geen hoop nie. Again, I watched our honorable president lock us down even more. But I find no hope in his speech. I find no calming of the anger. I find no justice coming from our current president on the racial hate and segregation being blown up in this country by no one else than the EFF and their bunch of cabal and pathetic leadership who just manipulate and push out hatred propaganda against races in this country. We have asked today again that the charges, the criminal procedures, the horrific acts of injustice committed by Julius Frikkie Malema and his compatriot in the VBS bank scandal, the atrocious behavior at the Pan-African Parliament, the charges of firing of firearms, and the absolute call for hate speech, the assault of a police officer by such leadership. Where are these dockets? Where are the dockets? Where, Mr. President, today on Youth Day, are you taking and protecting our youth against this absolute monstrous behavior? Well, the UIM is committed to not stop taking them on, but we cannot stay in court and just make court. We need to get into government. 27 October is our day. 27 October, as jy nog nie by ons is nie, if you're not with us yet, wake up, South Africa. We are fighting the taking away of our guns. We are fighting the land reform and taking land without compensation, and we also fighting stopping the nationalization of the Reserve Bank, and now we have heard they are trying to censor and control our churches through another bill and another act. And the UIM is fighting all of this on our own. Grond, geweer, kultuur en geloof is ons sinne. En dit is nie net een nasie wat wil hê vir beskerming vir grond, kultuur nie, dit is almal. So dit is tyd dat ons opstaan en kyk na die politieke partye wat ons teleurgesteld het en niks gedoen het nie. Wat nie die hart het om te beklei nie, en ons as die UIM nou al die druk op hulle moet sit. I ask you to recognize that the 16th of June has nothing anymore to do about history. It is about the future for our youth. We must learn from history, but we must not live in it. The only thing we can learn from history is what not ever, ever again to do. But the lessons for the future lies in the youth today. So I want to call on those people that are speaking every day about hate, about race, the physical fights in the streets between racial demographic. In God's name, this is not what South Africa was destined for. Put down your fist, put down your hate, lower your gun, Put down your stone. Go back to God. And let's show the world that we come from a country that was as warm and hot as the lava of a volcano, that we had eruptions of absolute death. But even at the end of the day, when a volcano has burst and the lava runs down the sides of the mountain, even that lava cools down and creates earth. And upon this earth, again green will grow. South Africa, it is time that we stop bursting lava, spewing out hot venom, and that we as a country unite, not to destruct it anymore, not to burn down buildings anymore, but to understand that in each one of us there's love. The Madiba era, the good era, when one day we stood not as 16 million people alone, but the world seeing South Africa can unite. My message is therefore clear. Support the UIM. Help us to get to the ballot box. Help us to volunteer. Get our branches sorted out the minute that we launch. Get our youth alliance sorted out that the youth can fight for us. And we will back and support you all the way. Finally, it is an honor to be able to speak to you as a leader who is humbled by the support, the blessings and the praise that I get every day. Dit is vir my 'n ongelooflike, verskriklike eer om in die oggende op te staan met 100 tot 200 tot 300 boodskappe van geloof, support en net die Heilige Gees wat vir my sê, staan op en beklei, jy's nie alleen nie. Vir almal van u, ek kom nie altyd by u uit nie, baie dankie. Ons is lief vir julle. For all the people that send us those messages of support. Every morning you wake up, you get an SMS, you get a message of hope and a message of love. It is not being recognized. But from now on this Youth Day, we declare a unity, a revival of the attitude and the spirit of this country. We have not long time left before the elections. We will face COVID, we will face ups and downs of the economy and a ridiculous entity called this government to try and oppress and suppress us. We will not allow it. The UIM will fight. So stand with us. Let's grow. They are not going to get us to be animals, but sometimes we as humans do to humans what animals don't do to animals. So vandag, geniet dit saam met die jeug. Ons gaan live hiernatoe kom. We are going to be live on ENCA television at 9:30. So ek moet nou hier klaar maak en dan moet ons gou-gou daar op die TV klim. Kyk vir ons, rekord. Laat ons maar weet, maar mag die Here vandag vir julle seën en veral elke jong mens en jong vrou. We with you. May God bless the youth of today. May we celebrate today the future of this country and not continually live in the past. South Africa is built for you. It's owned by you. And together we will become that nation again. God se rykste steen, God's greatest blessing, and enjoy it today. And thank you for giving me the opportunity so that we can stand up. And from me, I can see all the hearts, all the likes, and this is all the way back to every single one of you. I love you and thank you for what you are in my life. And to everybody that supports the UIM watch today, we are going to have a great day and a great launch of our youth in the Western Cape. Die Here seën julle. I hope to see you soon. And remember, if you are not the youth, support the youth. We were once exactly there. So thank you very much. UIM blessings. SA first, but in God we take everything. Baie dankie.